Oh, let's get our vocal cords warmed up. Let's get our vocal cords warmed up and actually use the right button. There's so many buttons. So many buttons. Push the wrong button. I'm sorry. Me, 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 me. 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 Me, 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 me. Oh, it's Friday. It's Friday. We have the wrong playlist. Lo-Fi Gaming. This is not your playlist tonight. It is all about that Final Fantasy. What is it about? Final Fantasy. Why? Because I said so. And if anybody wants to meet in a dark alley, let's not say we did. All right. So we definitely have our Gabo. Our Gabo definitely needs some TLC and some attention. I need some Kiwi Brown for it. And I want my bone cocky. Or actually, I want my tooth and nails. I want my tooth and nails. Help me. So our goblin's going to get worked on. Our man bat. You know what? We're going to get his base squared away. I don't know if there's much more else I can do on him. I can clean up his pants a little bit, which won't be hard. So let me get my paints organized here. Yee, how you doing, Jay? How are you? Hmm. You doing a spot of all right? Excellent. Excellent. So we're gonna get this here. Once we start wrapping up these things, or as we're waiting for things to dry. And Sleepy Wolfie, welcome. I didn't know if you're gonna do the work lurk thing or not. How are you? It is not always that we get a chance to chat, so I look forward to it. Um, I primed a bunch of Greek things up, so we might be doing a satyr or two satyrs, a male and a female satyr tonight. Or we might be doing a female warrior. We might be doing a anchor under the sea because everything's funner when you're under the sea. But we're definitely going to finish up our man bat. So this is a little bit closer to what I was thinking cell shading should be, and just kind of how it works out. It's a little bit truer to the comic books, and I kind of like it. Uh oh. Uh oh. Who gave Jay coffee? Who gave Jay coffee? That's. I'm gonna have to see your. I need a doctor's note. 2 cups a day. Only two? I mean, I can't say that. I have a Coke. Well, I had a Coke today. I have a Coke. I still have a Coke. I mean, tell that to the Mountain Dew fairy. Hmm? Hmm? Would you say that to the Mountain Dew fairy, Jay? Oh, that's blinding people right now. That's a serious Mordor. Gondor calls for aid. Banana, banana. And in honor of you, Wolfie, Wolfsbane purple. Banana, banana. You need some brushes to do your painting. We're gonna go with our game envy. We're gonna get our number 4 from monument, and we're gonna get our number 1 from monument as well. And have our 0 chimera arrowhead. Because I like the arrowhead. First things we're gonna do, get our Bawov. Get our bass going. Ba-da-da-da-da. Uh, so there are times that she will be nearby. She will do something, and I'll be like, "Be careful!" And she scared the ever living crap out of herself recently. That's kind of one of the reasons why she's a little bit more skittish to just jump on my desks, and she has been not super keen on leaping some places. As cute as it is, I am starting to become okay with her not just launching straight up on the desks. She's been spacing back a little bit and calculating her jumps a little bit more. There we go. And when I see Smiling, I need to ask him a question. I don't know what's going on with the music right now. It will sort itself out in a moment. Please hold. Thank you, Spotify, for being so weird. Excuse me. I had to do a sneeze there. I had to do me one of them sneezers. And I'm going to need black. Well, I mean, now that spring decided it wants to come back, I have to fight with all of that joyous occasions of stuff. Oh, shoot. I meant to ask Grumpy. I'll ask him later. Or the next time I see him. No shenanigans. You, sir, need to calm down with your little water droplets. No. No, she does not. Um, I utilize a standing desk, Jay, for most everything that I do. And when I do sit, she has never shown any interest in sitting on my lap. Using my lap to get to where she needs to, yes. Laying on the couch with my feet up all day, every day. Sitting crisscross applesauce? Nope. That's a hard new or Reno right there. Um, it's kind of a shame because I would like her to be a little bit of a lap kitty for me, but she will not. Some of the photos on my Discord, actually, one of the what photos that I thought I had uploaded was actually her sitting on my chest. Um, just with me photoshopped out of it, of course, but shooped out of it. Did me that shooping. Okay. So, because when she was younger, she would often play with me. If she's getting cold, sometimes she'll try to curl up in a tight spot near me. But for the most part, no. For the most part, that's a hard nope. All right, so now I need my Wolfsbane purple. Super thin down again. And I was just Antifreeze! How you doing, sir? Or madam? I hope that your day is going well. Excellent. Also, for this weekend, I will not be painting Maniko on Stay in Frame. Um, it shall be something else. You enjoy that food. Bring me back some chicky nuggies. Um, but as I was saying before, Leighton was dropping her revelation of the chicken nuggets. Maniko is considered done. I have her glamour shots. I just need to process the final photos and prepare the Instagram post and all that stuff. So we shall be working on something else um, for this day and frame. What that something else is, we'll see. All right, man bat. Do I need to do anything else to you? I feel like the answer is no. I just kind of want to even up your base coat on the top half of you. That should be good. And what's for dinner, antifreeze? Ugh. That does not sound like fun, Jay. As a matter of fact, it sounds like the opposite of fun. Well, I would hope so. I would hope they're a happy, healthy cat. They're being shot up full of drugs every 6 months. That's good. Worms can be nasty. No, I mean, aren't all pets spoiled? All right, so is there anything more I want to do to Manbat? His base feels in line. I think he's done. Have you seen the memes of the teaching your dog how to use the um what's that thing? The uh like an automatic door catcher or ball thrower, and the cat finds its way to position the ball catcher so it shoots something and gets the dog trapped in a crate. Yeah. When you said that, that's what I was thinking about. Bum, bum, ba-da-bum. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah. Thankfully, mine, I don't have an automatic feeder for her, so I am the automatic feeder, aren't I? Hi. Hello. Oh, okay. You want to tell everybody how your day was? Huh? You want to tell everybody how your day was? Okay. Okay. Well, hold on. Let's get you over here. One second. Oops. Oh. Please hold for a few minutes. Word up! Or is it spoons up? Spoons up. Let's get our spoons and raise them up. Spoon up. Spoon up. Handles up. It's a spoonin'. I'll let myself out. I'll let myself out. Um, bum, ba-da-da, ba-da-da. Oh, Jay, you and your emote fun. Bum, ba-da. All right. To be fair, I did find a better one than Streamlabs, so I can understand your excitement. I feel like we need to get Spoon a new emote of him holding just two spoons up and coming at you. Uh-oh. You might have a little spoon coming back for you, Jay. Friday, Friday, gotta get down on Friday. We're gonna call him complete. I think Man Bat's gone as far as Man Bat can go. Hey, Jay, we don't funk, we futz. There's a difference. All right. Tonight's stream is fun, fantastic, futzing, finishing. There's no funking. We don't funk. We're here to break the funk. We had a funky week. We don't want the funk to follow us into the funking weekend. Also, I need to write that down as well. 1 second, please. Emote ideas. Funk. Wait, there's a difference between funk music and funk of the week. There's a very big difference between the two. All right, we're going to get back to our proper creepy gobbo. Um, yeah, yeah. I don't mind funk. I like funk. I don't like unfunk, unfun funky. I need these two Kiwi Brown. Because funk is fun. Careful who you say that to, Jay. Careful who you say that to. That could be offensive. I mean, that could be a Robin Williams joke. He was in Robots, right? Yeah. Oh, so on that topic, I don't share stories all that often, but gather around, boys and girls, and Jay. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, there was a time before Painty had three paints and was just, paint, was in a relationship with somebody. I know it's weird. I know, Jay. Don't judge me. I was in a relationship without you. Uh anyway, we were attending a convention and we went to a dance class because someone wanted to learn to do um, jazz or jazz dance. Um, one of the instructors was talking about blues fusion dance specifically, which is, everything's a half step off. So white people can handle it. Uh, but the instructor goes, and whatever's coming out of Texas. So that could be what's called your junk. We could have Smooth Junk 105. We could get Jace DeFace in here to give us a measurement with his measuring tape. It'll be a great time. Mother Nature's amazing. Yes, this is a Final Fantasy lo-fi playlist. This is Cosmo Canyon. This is where Avalanche was reborn at the fire of Cosmo Canyon. This is where we learn that Red 13's name was not Red 13. It was actually Naniki. I don't know why that name didn't stick. Everybody just wanted to change it. I actually heard an interesting fact. Um, the Japanese had shortened. They were trying to find a. Yeah. He was a very underrated character in Final Fantasy 7. Like I remember collecting him, or you go through the storyline and you get him, and he's like, "Oh, cool, a new party member. He's a dog that speaks. Awesome." I don't like him. His power scaling was always weird to me in the way that he functioned and operated. Like the boss debuffs and the just generic debuffs weren't doing it for me when I was playing through the game. Oh, oh, but um, I I I thoroughly enjoy Final Fantasy VII. Um, I know it's not everybody's favorite game, and a lot of people don't care for the beginning of the series, but for me, that was Vincent Valentine, voiced by none other than Matt Mercer. Welcome back, Layden. Did you bring me and Jay some chicken nuggies? Well, Vincent Valentine, he revoiced him in the remake. Um, excuse me, ma'am. This is our burger. Our burger. Uh, Mercer voiced him in the remake. In the original, there was no voice acting. Yeah, Seven a lot of the was a lot of people's first entrance into the game because a lot of people didn't care for eight. Well, a lot of people really liked eight because it was like, oh, it's you go back and you have the party members following you on the screen. Okay, does that really help or hurt us? Larger complaints about Final Fantasy VII is that you couldn't see your three party members running around with you. I'm not kidding. This was an actual complaint of the game. um, yeah, a lot of people didn't like the story of seven or the story of eight. I'm sorry, eight's the one I was trying to think of because they had to use amnesia as a storytelling mechanic. So that was often a criticism of eight in general. Eight did have a great score, um, but it lacked connectivity with the characters or yourself. Like you couldn't see yourself as um, you couldn't relate to the strife of Cloud. You couldn't relate to the issues of Barrett. Like you you found a relationship with the characters of Final Fantasy VII. Like one of them or two of them did speak to you and the mechanic of the game. Like you felt inspired by them and you wanted to have them in your party at all time. Um, but with eight, it was just kind of meh. Squall was interesting, just not super cool. Renona was just too whiny sometimes for me. I just couldn't get past that some days. Um, speaking of eight, there's a song for eight right there. Actually, no, it's a mixture. Um, this is eight, right? Yeah, that is eight. It's Bumble Garden. I know my Final Fantasies. Uh, but that was one of the larger complaints. And then when 10 rolled around, because 9 was great, uh, 10 was okay. I didn't like the mechanics that they started changing to with 10, to be quite honest with you. It was too much of a directed movie at sometimes. Um, and then Titus and weren't all that interesting of a love dynamic as uh, 7, you know, kind of the weird stuff that you got to do in 7. Good evening, Smiling Beagle. How are you? Hey, nerd, calm down. Hello. I need to talk to you about something business related later or this weekend, probably, and see get your opinions on something. Hey, hi. Okay, you are doing that thing where it's not going to be comfortable for anybody, so I'm going to get you out of the way before you do something goofy. Yeah, it's just something for the weekend. It's not a mission critical thing. Um, well, it. Oh, okay. Anyway, I'll ask now. If I send you STL files, smiling, that I don't download, would you purchase them and I reimburse you and you print them for me? Just out of curiosity. They should be two busts. Um, I'll cover shipping and all that too, obviously. Um, Google Studio is going to be working on streaming like a fundamentals conversation here and there, to work on different aspects of like volume and highlighting. And I kind of want to have one of he showed me the two busts that he's going to use. Um, I was thinking of getting a couple of them printed out, probably two or three of each. Probably do two of each, and using that and having that in my back pocket. Good evening, Smithereen. Before you run, where do bees go to the bathroom? The BP station. Ha ha. Thank you, everybody. SiriBot will be here all night. All I could think about was that movie from I wanted red because I needed to lighten up his jacket a little bit, or their jacket a little bit. Um, well, I was thinking of the what was that movie? The Wolf of Wall Street. Wolf of Wall Street. When you said that, which had a lot of '80s themes in it. Bum, bum. I mean, that's also an acceptable 80s movie quote. I just like doing it because sometimes when I lurk, I will literally put out of context in front of my message and say, I'm not paying it full attention, but I'm just reading the chat and picking up on context clues. What? I'm honest, Jay. I'm honest to a fault. Because if I'm like hanging around with Grumpy Stream, um, I just like I look over at my tablet when I'm working from home because it's, sitting there waiting for a court order to reprocess sometimes is, relatively boring. Um, I'll do the other thing. So it's just more like looking over to see what's going on. All right, goodbye. Yeah. Essentially that's what it comes down to is you're waiting for something to compile, you're waiting for something to open. So you just kind of look over and you give a glance at chat and you say something out of context. Yep. Um, Waiting for builds, waiting for things to, process and run. It's just a lot of it gets very tedious. Um, but the reason why I was asking you is that you're the closest one I know with a printer that could assist me with my request. And honestly, obviously, if you want to keep the prints for yourself as well, and on a Tuesday or Thursday, I mean, you're usually busy on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I don't remember if he reposts his volume thing. I think he does. Um, but it was an interesting discussion because he spent about 15 minutes working on volumes of like skin. That's fine. Don't bother me. Gray resin's fine. I've done gray resin. I've done black resin because all I need to do is print it, clean it. All I need is a print, so I can prime it in all black, similar to what he's doing, and kind of follow along. I don't. I. I'm going to be honest with you, smiling. I don't have one handy. You remember Cat the Witch that I'd been working on? The Witch's Apprentice? Yeah. What boss is getting at? Um, I think the only difference that's coming out of the resin now is Sayut is just the some people are swearing by specific brands of certain types of resins now, which I don't know if that really makes a difference, but yeah. Um, I've seen all kinds of, yeah, it's fine. It doesn't bother me. It, I'm not going to be picky about it. I've used any cubic stuff. I've got 3D prints from all over the world. Um, Trying to think of the resin name off the top of my head now, and I can't. It's not coming to me the way I thought it would. But I mean, Boss is right. Is that it's all dependent on how the resin got made that day, what when it comes out. Yeah, yeah. It's a shooting match some days. Ba-na-na-na. I will have to gather mine. I don't own the STL. I will transfer the cash for you to do that because I like that. Yeah. Um, it's been interesting with the rise of Siocast. I think we're gonna call our little Gabo here done. I don't think there's much more I want to do with them. I think, well, it's really, I think it's the same. I don't really think there's much more to do with them. So they're gonna go to the backside, which leaves us with a decision. Which leaves us with a decision. Our decision is we can start satyrs, which might be fun and use a lot of browns and fur textures. Fuck you, Lee. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? So tonight we're gonna start the gatekeeper for our lighthouse. Eventually, when I get the energy, I am going to build and paint the lighthouse from Bone 6. This is the gatekeeper for said lighthouse. For those that are unaware, in the early days when myself and Layden were talking and our group was forming, they had mentioned something about scary games and kind of like the fishbowl mechanics that get used. No. This does not speak to OSL. This speaks to a grumpy lightkeeper that's gnarled and grizzled. Um, so I was starting to assemble and clean up the lighthouse. I just never got it painted or primed. It's probably going to be a quick airbrush project in some spots with a lot of washing and dry brushing. And it's going to be a very solid like palette cleanser because it's just a monstrous piece of terrain. And when I say a monstrous piece of terrain, I mean a monstrous piece of terrain. Um, But to what Boss was saying earlier about 3D printing is that a lot of it is starting to become the same all the way across the board. It's just, you know, parts in between are getting reconstructed the same. We do have ads starting very soon. I will be pausing the painting. We will continue to paint and we will be painting all night. Once again, this is our Friday night stream where we're going to finish Futz It and have a fun time. As long as the party is fun, I'm probably going to be painting quite a bit. Just because I enjoy it. And it's like a way to unfunk the week that we had. So I'm going to rinse my brush out really quick. And this is the part that I think you are struggling with, Smiling, is from when it says ad starting soon, how fast does it start to be the ads? All right, let's figure out all the buttons to push. Excuse me, ads. You go away. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Steam Deck, for not being weird. It's not perfect, boss, but it's the best I got so far. I need to change my social stream up and spend a lot of time with it, but it's probably going to be a dream for that and not so much a requirement right now. I want his hair. Be a whitey brown. Bum, bum. That's why I usually um, wait 10 minutes before, like, I go live, and then it's usually like 10 minutes before I go live to make sure that the ads run. So I don't start painting and then, we get into an ad break immediately. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. So this is the lake keeper for the lighthouse that's getting worked on right now. So Jay, I've been seeing a lot of reviews about Minecraft come through. Did you go see it? Or did Spoon you have to take your daughters to see it? Uh movie reviews for Minecraft. Lecter's Kitchen was talking about it today a little bit when she was streaming, or they were streaming. And I was check. Oh, son of a biscuit! I forgot. I forgot to paste something. I'm sorry. Um. However, apparently it's one of those movies that's so bad that it's good, kind of deal. Uh. Um. So it's apparently a lot of the Zoomers are losing their minds over it, and they really like it. Whereas everybody else is like just on the fence, and it's like it feels like it's an unfinished movie, which is actually kind of the allure of Minecraft to begin with, is that it's an unfinished product, so it should be enjoyable that way. So that's all I was going to say, Jay, is that it's, not to spoil anything, but the reviews are, the children are really liking it, and the adults are saying that they feel that it's unfinished and not good. But it doesn't matter because the children like it, and that's all that matters. Ba-ba-na, ba- ba-na-na, na-na-na, na-na-na. Oh, and how are your streams this morning, Layden? On Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm sorry, those are the days that I go in the office. So I was unable to participate in your streams, or I would have. Your streams? Sorry. How are your streams this morning, or on Tuesday and Thursday, Layden? I was. I get mumbly. I try not to. I'm mumble. And maybe I should make that a channel point reward. Don't mumble. Stop mumbling. What you mumbling for? Why you mumbling? Stop mumbling. I know Jay didn't join you. Mm-hmm. That's good, Lade. That's good. I know Multi was active in Adeptus' stream earlier today, but I was busy with work, so I did not interact with him then. Ooh. 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 Look at you getting salesy. Studio J7 has been ending early, so I've not gotten any of his raids in return. Tonight, depending on how long we go, if Sleepy's active, I'll raid into them, but we'll probably raid into Wicked Minis. More than likely. Yes, I plan my raid targets out. Well, it tends to help. Um, Simply because it's the more you plan, like I don't always like having a plan when I'm doing stuff. I'm literally making the colors up as I go on this guy's shirt or his clothing. But I don't want to go too crazy with different colors all over the place. Um, so I want a red shawl. I kind of want a gray brown beard for him. This needs to be that brown white as well. On his anchor. Mm-hmm. She's hanging out, watching out the window right now. Um, Things are active, so she's active. I've been raided by Jace as well. He didn't raid into me because Apparently went to bed early tonight. I need another color. I need another brown. I need a brune. Banana. 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 I need dark honey, and I want a golden brown. Golden brown! And I really need to clean the caps of these bottles off. I want this. I want some dark honey. And I want some of my kiwi brown. Welcome to today's stream. We will paint the color brown. I'm going to turn that down just a little bit. All right, so the shoes are going to be just dark honey. Should be unnamed. Unnamed. Ooh, just unnamed. Ta-da. Why do I have this really bad thought in my head? I need someone to talk me out of the bad thought, and remind me that the bad voice isn't invading right now. Uh, we shouldn't do non-metallic brass, right? Do not tempt me, laden roses. Frickin' creepy table just released an 85 millimeter Mad Hatter. All right, don't tempt me. I don't need that temptation. All right, nobody needs that in their lives, Ricky Bobby. Go look it up, smiling. You know what? Since you all want to be in pain with it, creepy table. Go, go check that out. Tell me I need a new mini. I don't need no new mini. You need a new mini. Yeah, yeah. That's what you've got to compete with, Layton. The cat, by the way, is freaking awesome too on that site. Um, yeah, yeah. But what do we say today? Not today. Oh, I could. I could. 100% could. Um, I like the Mad Hatter. And if you did the caterpillar, it would be a lot of fun too. Because you could paint the caterpillar up with the same colors as the ruby cat, or you could do like the teal and purples and high, like just obnoxiously bright colors. And then the Mad Hatter can play with the colors of purples and dark browns and all of that kind of stuff. I could, I could crush it, crush it. Um, I don't need it, therefore it's not going to win. Uh, I was referring to using a non-metallic recipe on the lamp here to do brass rather than paint it with a brass metallic paint. That's what I was saying. Don't let the intrusive thought win. So that's part of the challenge. So the Black Crow miniatures, those guys did a beautiful dwarfish. They did that dwarven fighter figure. That thing, ooh, it almost won the F it. It goes in the cart bag. Um, the the only thing that is stopping me is that I keep looking at my pile of shame and going, "You have plenty of pretty things to paint already. Paint them first." Unless it was the Kickstarter for Daniel Found, which I know there's only going to be a handful of those sculpts, it's a different conversation. Um, but like for Black Crow, I know they're going to be in stock forever, so I don't need to worry about it. or they'll recast them. So it's not a big. I don't have like a FOMO with Black Crow, and I know Creepy Table will have theirs as well for a while. So I'll have plenty of time to get to it. Well, that's usually the way it works. Essentially, it's free publicity for them, but at the same time, they have to sell that stock. Oh, they will. They will. That I don't really worry about FOMO that much, um, because I know everything's going to be in stock at some point, so it's not a big deal. The only thing that I ended up with some kind of FOMO over recently was the Sisters of Battle Sophie from Reaper Miniatures. That's my only FOMO, which I can always check that later. Um, I have half an hour before an extra ad break, and I can check it then. Would be to check the Reaper site because sometimes their unused stock sells out, and it's actually a 3D print, um, and not a Cyocast or resin cast figure or a plastic cast figure. So I'm sure if I gave Justin enough blackmail, I could get one. Or if I asked Michael Paint's Minis super, super, super politely about how I could come across one, he might be able to help me. He might be. Or if I tune into Reaper Live more frequently on Thursdays, there might be a chance to win one there as a giveaway. Mm-hmm. Enjoy, have fun. Don't lose too many quarters to the misses. And I believe Smiling losing to the misses with Pool is how we found out Layden was short. So really, it was Karen's fault. It was Karen's fault. All right, these browns are all running together and looking the same. I need to separate them. You know we love you. We know you love. You know we love you, Layton. Ugh, words. Let it dry. I'm unsure because I think we need to get battle ready and smiling squared away. I think smiling's obviously the easiest to get squared away. Um, battle, I think, is the stuck one right now because we can't get it to grease. Quack, quack, quack. You're right, Jay. Quack, quack, quack. That's where I last remember it being. I'm sure we can buy the STL from Epic Dog, but it's the shipping part that I don't quite know how we're dealing with yet. Look up Epic Duck Studios. There's quite a few ducks. Epic Duck Studios does a lot of sculpting and printing. Do you still not have the link in? No, you don't. Because we didn't send it in Discord. We sent it somewhere else. Epic Duck Studios. I sent you a link in Discord, Layden. That's his My Mini Factory. I think you can find all of the stuff that he has up there. You may not be able to download any of it, but can be able to find it. He does have X Men ducks. Which one are you looking for? Oh, hold on. Was it that one? I'm sure if we sent our friend Smiling Beagle an amount of cash, it would be easy to acquire. And he can scale it up for him in battle ready. You get the itches to paint something else? We probably do. Um, Boss was in here. I don't think he's UK based. No Mana Man could be able to help. Raging is Aussie. Um, Jinja is what's that? Canadian. Why do you have to remind me that stuff exists? It was an indoor thought thing anyway. It's fine. A mumble is perfect. Bum 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 ba-da-da. A mumble was fine. I did not need to say that fully out loud. This bird should actually be white and black. Gray. Because I believe it's supposed to be a gull of some kind. So if it's a gull, it should probably be brown. Oh, gray and black. Or gray and blue. I'm blue, dobby dee, dobby da. King Dixon balls. Good evening. We're working on our lighthouse caretaker for the evening. They're looking pretty. We're gonna have to do a lot with this under here, but You've been doodling to Kitty. You can't see her. She is not hanging out. No. Amaze balls. She's not hanging out over there right now. Turn that off for a little bit. Hats and t-shirts for the amaze balls. I like it. I like it. I like it. Oh, we're just going to go ahead and delete that email from self. Don't need that in my life. I am trying to futz and get different shades of brown all around this big yaw. Big yaw. Big yaw. And I'm fighting the urge to not do something stupid and do non-metallic brass. However, intrusive thoughts may be winning. You know, King, I keep saying I'm going to do better or I'm not going to like I keep telling myself I don't want to do that, but there's not much to this figure aside from the anchor and their lantern, and the rest of this is just kind of some variation of cloth or teal. Um, but the so I mean, really, they just have their lantern and the anchor as metals. I can quickly get brass and paint all of that, and I can get a metallic and paint all of that. But it's like, well, I mean, you did see that recipe, and you could try to mimic it just a little bit and work on your shapes and volumes a little bit. It's a tabletop piece, so I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, right? Because I gotta let stuff dry anyway. Oh, come back here. If I look in the big book of Tenbray, uh, the final artwork for this demon right here. Now, don't get lost in the sauce. It is a sexy looking demon. Um, how he tackled that non-metallic brass right there and copper is really pretty, and it's actually really simple. I just, you know, you kind of got to like work yourself through the different pieces of it. Oh, zoom out a little bit. Interesting. 65, 50, 35, 20. NR2 and NR4. Watching how some artists actively like break down their non-metallic metal. This is um I can't paint that by numbers either. Look, Layden, there's a color wheel. But color wheel is life. The color wheel is Bay. But it's it's interesting to read and follow what they do by numbers sometimes. Just because I was thinking about it one day as a follow-up post to my Belmonth figure. Um, Talking about how when you want to learn music, you're not taught how to make music, you're taught how to copy music to start off with. And I found that to be like a kind of a weird revelation for myself when painting. Uh, when I was rebranding myself and trying to figure out names for my channel, one of the names that I had jokingly came up with was Amalgamation Imagination. That's a mouthful. More so than Painty Paint Paints. But everybody gets a smile when you say Painty Paint Paints. Like the moment you say it, everybody's like, oh, hey. And there's like a big smile on their face. Every time, without question, without fail. We bring a smile to everyone's face. Um, but the idea of it being an amalgamation of imaginations is really what starts happening sometimes to us when painting and learning to paint. And it's only after some amount of time that you feel that you can create a piece of art that feels like it is yours. If that makes sense. So do not be hard on yourself, King. You know, we of the Goon Squad shall, not will, not should, but shall give you a hug and tell you you're doing amazing. No matter what. Always. Uh, but those were my intrusive thoughts. Uh, I know King J from another stream with Grumpy Crane Studio. This is where I first ran across the lovely and amazing King Dixon Balls. They have elected to hang around me, and I'm okay with that. I have passed the smell test, therefore, I feel honored. Um, one of the things that Grumpy always wants to make sure is that those that hang out in his tavern, they are referred to as the goons. Whether he did that on purpose or not, I will not say. Whether or not he did that on purpose, Jay, I know what you're thinking. Get your mind out of the gutter, little missy. Um, that's kind of where it was coming from. So it was just my revelation that I had when I was starting the stream was to make sure that I remembered that sometimes we got to paint by numbers and recreate box art and kind of follow what others do, just to kind of learn the thought that they were going through. Like we all mock Mary Had a Little Lamb, but if you don't learn Mary Had a Little Lamb, how do you learn the basics of the beat? How do you find the rhythm of the universe? If you never look at a color wheel, Layden, how are you supposed to know how to make objectively cool colors? Hmm? Hmm? Oddly enough, Jay, there are some painters that are colorblind completely. That have the most common of the colorblind colors is red blue. Um, so they have a hard time distinguishing between all kinds of weird, fun colors. But where I was going with it is that, yeah, Midwinter Minis over in Great Britain, they are colorblind. Yet they speed ran a Golden Demon entry a couple years back and managed to place pretty high on the list. They have a unique custom armory, which is um, pink and black, I think, is their Death Skull board. Uh, but they are completely colorblind. They cannot determine red green. They're red green colorblind specifically. So they can't determine between reds. Is it red green? Yeah, it's red green. It is red green is the most common. Um, they can't really determine between red and green, and it's all kind of gray to them across the board. So, by all definition, this red right here on my palette, that would actually be green to them. And I don't mean like green like a fuzzy muted green. That's like a proper green in their mind. So, uh, he does a lot of really interesting. I don't always care for Guy too much. It feels like shenanigans happened, and I don't like shenanigans. And I don't like participating in shenanigans, non consensually at least. But he talked about it for a while, and essentially, it's not a hindrance for him. Sometimes it actually ends up being a benefit. But the problem is that he's got to deal with paint bottles with names like Wolf's Bane Purple. What what color is Wolf's Bane Purple? Or Ghostly Fog. What color is that? Can you tell me, Jay? Can you tell me what color ghostly fog is? That's right. We put it in the square hole. Um, yeah. So a lot of colorblind people, rightfully so, are frustrated with painting companies because they keep giving them like stupid names. So you have to like go read a description about what it is and then hope a community that is notoriously bad for not being consistent with its naming convention or its interpretation of the colors actually gives you a real description of what it is, what it was supposed to be. Does that make sense? Um, so there are people that get frustrated with that kind of stuff, and you know, yeah. Um, that's one of the reasons why army painters started writing its paint descriptions down, like what kind of tone the paint was supposed to be on the bottle. So down here on one of the sides, it would say um, gray blue, gray light blue, or something would be its description, or a light blue kind of deal. Um, and they tried to group them into triads as well, so people could kind of piece together what they were looking at and what they were doing. Um, League of Legends is probably the most accessibly colorblind game there is, to my knowledge, for different versions of colorblindness. That's how I know there's um two different versions of colorblind. The more common is your red green, and then there's like a blue something other. I can't remember what off the top of my head. Um, but Riot actually has the modes in their game, and when these switch to a colorblind, it's not just a um, separation of them. Like it's a true accessibility mode. If you've ever watched like an actual League of Legends tournament game, the colors that you see there are the colors that they use in games as well. So it's kind of like a very stark difference, and you can tell the difference between them because they had to do. It was a very big deal for them to do that early on. It wasn't like a late addition. It was like early on in their career cycle they decided to put that in. So, but you're completely right, Jay. Um, Having stuff like Raymond's Rabbits, where they change the crosshair colors for simplicity's sake, so you know which one you want to track. It's great. Are you excited for the new Mario Kart game, Jay? We have ads starting soon. I'm going to need to step away for a few moments, and I'm going to just go ahead and step away, and I'm going to let the ads run while I take care of something in the back, somewhere else. Ba-da-da. Um, but yeah, I know that there's a new Mario Kart coming soon. That's about all I know about it, to be honest with you. I want golden brown and a violet. For my Wolfsbane purple, really. More purple. More purple. Na, 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 na. Um, um, uh, boom, boom. Oh, Snoop. Tomorrow I need to update that too. I need to write a note down to myself. Y'all, you go this way. You go this way. You go into the back with Man Bat. Emote Funk. Update profile. I don't know why it's breaking up. It should fix itself in a couple of moments. Eine Moment bitte, please, ja klar. Bum, bum, ba, 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 bum. All right. We're gonna need this right here. Oh, Studio Ghibli, how you stay with us forever. Ba-na-ba-na. You do little things on here, right here. Ba-na-na-na-na. Ba-na-na. I think I'm gonna need a warm yellow or some of this white. Mm-hmm. Oh, mm-hmm. Do something right there. It's too dark. It's too bright. It's throwing everything off. It's not in line with the rest of this. That is what you need to correct, sir. Sir, you need to remember this here's a Wendy's drive-through. We're not here to be like super complicated right now. Need you to calm down. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. I need to get his pants. Pantaloons. I need to probably paint in between the pants too, goofball. So why don't you take some of your red that you have here, and here's some of your golden brown there. Mix the two together, You should get a very nice red brown. That will be different from everything else that you've been slinging. Just a little bit of your cherry wood in there. Yeah, yo. Okay. It is nearly 9 o'clock at night, and they're still running chainsaws. There's not much that upsets me, but that does. Like the moment I saw them at 4 o'clock emptying a trailer, I should have called the police and just said, "Hey, there's people coming to cut trees down, and they're going to start at like 4 p.m. on a Friday. Can we not? Please. I'd like to file a noise complaint." It's not often that I want to be that person, but when it's Friday night, a 9 o'clock, and you want to have the windows open, and all you hear is no, 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 no. I am 100% against that. Welcome to the super cool sounds of summer, where you get to hear a chainsaw and a leaf blower at 8:45 in the evening, and it's going to be really annoying for you. How's your summer going? Well, it's going summerly great until that happened. I don't understand. The guy's just trying to make a dollar. Well, yeah, I understand that, but on Super Bowl Sunday, he was doing the exact same thing. It was the exact same company. Okay, have a good day. Ba, 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 da, da. I'm not liking this right now, or that figure right now. I had a bad thought, and I want to exercise that bad thought. I want Violet. And I want a sunray. I want a white, warm yellow. I need warm yellow. I need warm. Use it first. Sweetie, not right now. Can I help you? What do you want? Hi. Hello. What's up? Huh? I know. I know. They're out there being super annoying for me too. Are they scaring away all the birds? Are the squirrels not as active? Is that why you're so flustered right now? Hmm? Hi. Hello. Oh. We needed a few minutes to stop and give the kitty some affection. Are you done? Okay. Nope. You're getting too close to the wet palette, sweetie. I'm gonna have to pick you up. Oh, there we go. Hello. Hello. Your fur is all kind of confused right now, isn't it? Isn't it? Okay, okay. Here, there you go. Kitty intermission is over. I want purple. Oh, violet, really. I want warm yellow for now. So I was thinking when I was working on the keeper or the lighthouse watcher, kind of how I want to start tackling the satyrs. And I was thinking of using black plus violet. Thinking to a conversation today that was being had on Lecter's Kitchen in their chat this morning. I would 100% be up for 32 millimeter. Did you want to paint a different size, Layden? Oh, okay. I'll put in my order as well. Um, later. I think that's what I should do, honestly. It's going to take forever to do it that way. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Also, King Dixon Balls is the reason why I know about Epic Duck Studios, too. Keeping me safe from the red dot, sweetie. Yay! Really? Really? What was that? If you don't mind me asking. That's really cute. That's really cute, Lid. Hmm. Yay! Surprise stream piece. Kind of digging his leg a little bit. I just need to get that high up all the way. Yay! Build a clay. Build that base. Because you know we're all about the base. We got the boots with the fur. And we all about that base. I mean, we're all going to be proud of you, Layden, because you're going to do something amazing and it's going to make you happy. I kind of like his fur. Kind of thinking that's the fur I want for the rest of them. Yeah. Okay. I think that's a fur. That's a fur. So him, magnifying glass out of the way because you don't need it right now, goofball. You are getting a different brush though. This brush is annoys you for the last time. We're gonna try phalanx number one tonight. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Um, both this brush here, like the tip piece of it, they don't end up holding paint and they just kind of bend. And I'm just when they're super thin brushes, I'm not having a good time with them. So new brush, new brush, new bristles. So I want something that's got a little bit more girth to it and a bit of a more belly and not just a straight like one bristle kind of deal. Oh, stretch it back out. Stretch it back out. We got ads coming in 20. Boom.
Katra. Pukara just showed up with 1 viewers. Hope they have treats.
Well, you still managed to trigger the Katra. I hope they brought treats. Welcome in, Pukra. So Jay, she's the one that made the Zoomy emote. The Zoomy emote is a lot of fun. I like it. There's two that I really like. I like both the one that King and you made. Because I like the zoom. I like the zoomies. We get the zoom. And then we're going to do the zoom. I love it. I did write down 2 ideas for another one, though. I need to drop an idea, and I need to drop both you and King on my profile as well, Pooper. I have that written down. I have that written down. I'm just terrible. I wanted some Turbinarius teal. Y'all's just a little bit. That's all I need. I like the little zoomy waving hand cat too. I like it. I'm like super jealous of you. You, King, Laden Roses, the 3 of you together can do amazing digital things. I'm just sitting over here clacking my hands together, hoping I can do something half as impressive. I wanted teal for his hands. No, no, I don't. No, not yet. Not yet. We're going to do something kooky. But yes, I made the animated emote a subscriber only emote because I really like it. And then yes. Also, shout out. Give Pukra a follow. She, they, not she, they are a lovely they are a lovely individual. They have been a great support as well. When I made affiliate, they made sure to help me with some emote itation. Both them and King Dixon balls. Please make sure to give them a follow. Also, Pukra is a gremlin like myself and everybody else, so we always need more gremlins to gremlin. And then when the gremlins make another gremlin, the gremlin goes gremlin gremlin. And then all of a sudden you have a cat running across the house. We're just. What was the game you were playing, Bukra? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Layden. I'm sorry. Color real pie. I do like pie. Thank you, Layden. My best attempt at digital art is literally that up in the upper right hand corner, which is, well, there you go, Pook. I give to you the Chaos Gremlin. Yes, you have that cat butt. You got that cat butt. Cat butt. So you weren't around for when she got into the paint. Um, she um so she already did that earlier this week. As a matter of fact, on Monday, she did that. Yeah. She had come across my wet palette here and she put her paw right there where I had a smidge of white paint just hanging out. And she goes, "Oh, guess what? This is now my paw." So there was a solid 5 minutes of me trying to wrangle the cat, not letting her out of my arms, holding on to her for dear life while I try to get a wet paper towel. The stream is running. I'm trying to wrangle the cat and keep her held down. Um, just so I can get her to the bathroom to clean her paw. Super great time. Ba-da-ba-da. Goodbye. I love you, kitty cat. I like it, Layden. I like it. I give it 2 cat paws up. Ba- ba-da-na-na-na. Ba-na-na. Ba-da. Ba-na-na-na. Ba-na-na. Mm. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Also, I have to go change all my stand frame stuff for the new logo. Yay! New logos. Have you seen Battle Ready, Layden? Okay. I saw him Monday night. I was half wondering if I was going to see him tonight, but yeah, it wasn't. Um, I was going to let him know that the new logo was there in the Discord chat because he doesn't always log into Discord. He went too purpley with his hands. I was thinking more teal. I want it to be more cartoony. Red and teal makes a great purple. Not the color I wanted, though. Yes, we have reached that part of the evening where she is going to go into full psychotic mode. Brum. And we're getting we're getting the kitty activation noises. Brum. 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 What's up? I know I haven't been sitting a whole lot. I should be getting mixed up now. We do have ads starting very shortly. I'm going to go find my water cup and bring it upstairs. While this ad break runs, it will be the last one of the stream because we will be rating out at some time after the ad, but before the next. So I'm going to give you a big wide window, and that's what we're going to work with. I'll be right back. And ads are over. Huzzah! To the tipper. I need two brushes. What are you, my crappy sable supposed brushes? I think I just need this one. Ba-da-na. Ba-da. Nope, you're gonna need to get poked. Sir, you were making yourself cross-eyed. Readjust this mirror, this freaking magnifying glass so it doesn't bother you. Sir, we're gonna need you to ask you to calm down. This is a Wendy's drive-through. All right. Ba, 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 na, 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 na. All right. Ba, na, 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 na. Where are you at? There you are. Hello. Have you considered? No, I have an icon for that. And that's unmuted. Uh-uh. Be careful, please. Oh, we're going to go ahead and close that. We're going to go ahead and close that. Hi. Hello. I got you. I got you. Okay. All right. Peace out. Peace out. Keep it real, home cat. Ooh. Oh, come here, Agrax Earthshade. Stop being a little biatch and keep your lid open. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? You're okay. Mm. Ba-na-na. I appreciate you for checking though, Layden. Thank you. Jay, you take that insanity and you GTFO. You know the only acceptable kind here, Jay, is the Wisconsin Cheddar Pounder, which has a mozzarella, an Alfredo, and a um cheese curds. Cheese curds. That's what I was trying to think of. Cheese curds. What you doing, nerd? Hey, let's be careful about which way you go here, sweetie. All right. Hello. Hello. Hi. Hi. Are you feeling neglected? Hmm? 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 Who's my pretty girl? Hmm? Hmm? That's my brush. She has found that playing with the um, mounting arm for my magnifying glass is a lot of fun for whatever reason. All right. I need. Yeah. She's getting in this really weird stage of shedding and not shedding because the weather has been so unpredictable. It's kind of messing with her shedding schedule. It's kind of driving me crazy a little bit because I was like, oh, she doesn't shed that much. And she's starting to like drop it all over the place. I'm like, God, kitty, please. And I moved the magnifying glass when I needed it. I wasn't done with it yet. Da-da-da, da-da. Yeah, but we got the hair, the bod, we got it all. Oh, Layden. I've made it to the second season of solo leveling. I've made it to the second season of solo leveling. Do we call this a reverse isekai? Oh. Really? Really? I know there's something that happens to the main character, or something happens to a loved character. I was in AWOL stream and we were talking about how some anime titles are starting to become either like Panic at the Disco song titles or, all of the isekais that are showing up. Made me think of that one. Ah, I understand. I mean, that's how we came about the lighthouse conversation. That's how we have to wait about came about the lighthouse is talking about so why can't I think of the name now? Wow. 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 My brain just did the fart of farts. I know. I really liked BioShock Infinity because you got to be up in the air and you got to talk with Elizabeth and you got to go through the story. And then you got to be under the sea and you got to see the big daddies and the little sisters. Uh, I think his skin tone's sickly green. I kind of like it. I'm digging it. Infinity or Bioshock 1 2? You have a good night, Layden. Sleep well. Be night night. We will see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern for Stay in Frame with myself, Smiling Beagle, Laden Roses, and potentially other guest stars. We'll see. Infinity. That was actually kind of an interesting game premise. Like that, the story of Infinity was. I mean, they're all kind of that multiverse way, but that one really sung to me for some reason. I don't know why. From the music to the decisions to the hero or the supposed hero. Ba-na, 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 ba-na-na-na-na-na. Mm. Ba-na-na-na, ba-na-na. Yeah, I'm kind of digging it, Jay. Is it the best paint I've ever done? No, but it is. I don't think I'd be kicking it out of bed. I just need to figure out what I want to work on tomorrow for stay in frame. Um, if my is my entirety of Unico is considered done. I've got the Cerberus doggy. I've got the lion. I've got that big black and white bat that I've been meaning to do that I could futz with. Um, all right. I am starting to find the sleepies in me. So we're going to find us a rating target. Because I can. we're gonna make a raid over to Wicked Minis because he's such a nice feller. And we're gonna say hello to him. So we're gonna start the raid button. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna give everybody a big old heart. I'm gonna say thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for being around. Thank you for doing all the awesome things that you do. And stay awesome, love yourself, and be cool. Yeah.